Hello, everyone, and hello, Myles.
What's up, Jason?
Myles, we've done it.
What?
We've reached Burbank's mothership.
The mothership.
The mothership. If you're a Burbankian, you know exactly where we're at. It's a bakery and cafe full of delicious treats, amazing food, and of course, their very popular coffee. And if you're not from this neck of the woods, you probably still know where we're at because chances are you drive a long way to come here. And for those of you from other cities, states, or even countries, you're in for a real treat today. We're at PORTO'S Bakery and Cafe, and we're talking food, kids, World Cup, and of course, coffee on another edition of Coffee Cafe.
Coffee Cafe! Coffee Cafe!
Welcome. We are two work-from-home dads who get together once a week to find the best coffee around. It's our meeting at the water cooler, a chance to have some great coffee and conversation.
And to follow some rules.
Yes, the rules.
4 rules, because we're in World Cup.
That's right.
No national chains. Although,
What?
PORTO'S might soon becoming a national chain.
You think so?
They got 4 of them.
They got 4 here in L.A., but
We're
I don't know.
sneaking in before they get too
Yeah, there
big.
you go. I wouldn't doubt it.
It's got to be in the Burbank or surrounding areas.
Which still fits, yes.
Visit the place once per year on official business.
And the 4th rule?
Well, we kind of got out of this one today. We have to be able to watch World Cup if there's a game on.
Right.
But we're
Yeah.
threading the needle today, Jason. There's a game at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Game at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And we're here at 9.
Yeah.
So high drama this morning.
That's
It's
right.
Wednesday.
Yeah. What was the high drama?
Germany could have gone through with a win. Mexico, everyone thought was going to go through, and they ended up going through, but Sweden beat them. So for the last 15 minutes of the Germany game,
Yeah.
everyone's on the edge of their seats because if Germany scores, Mexico's out.
Whoa.
And that would have been unprecedented to win the first 2 games,
Right.
Which Mexico did,
Yeah.
and then drop.
Ugh.
So it was, this place has a lot of Mexican patrons.
Yes.
So I think that was part of the reason why there's hardly anybody here today.
That's true. That's very
And
unusual.
if they hadn't gone through, it would have been tragic.
Yeah.
Around here.
Well, why don't you tell everybody where we're at today?
We were PORTO'S.
PORTO'S!
Bakery and Cafe.
Yes.
Jason, I live sort of nearby, and when I tell people from out of town where I live in Burbank,
Yeah.
I use this place as the mark. So you know where the PORTO'S is?
Yeah.
Hollywood Way in Magnolia.
That's right.
I live sort of near there. So it is at Hollywood Way in Magnolia.
Yeah.
There's no point even saying the address of it. I
No,
don't think.
you just say
because
PORTO'S and
it's
people go.
It's gigantic. It is like several bakeries and a consulting company wrapped up into one. You can come here. They scale. You can come here to get massive trays of sandwiches,
Yeah.
and food,
Yeah.
like savory stuff.
Yeah.
You can come here to get quinceañera cakes
Yeah.
or like wedding cakes, or just you need to come stop by and grab a cake. So they have like custom order ones. They have
Everything.
regular ones.
I mean, this is listen. You can come here and be happy every day if you chose to. I love this place. This is one of my favorite all-time places. Why? Because I'm Cuban, and this is the food that I grew up with.
Yeah. The only downside, the only thing that probably keeps us from coming here every day,
Yeah.
besides having to pay for food, is just it's a little crowded. And, when I'm coming to get coffee, sometimes I'll pass this place and go to a smaller place.
Oh,
just
okay. Well,
because
that's- yeah.
You want a little more, you might want things to be a little more relaxed.
Sure. Yeah, this is not the place to relax.
No.
This is the place to get guaranteed good pastries, good food,
Yeah.
good coffee. And what's cool about this is that it's actually Cuban. It's true Cuban. The person who started this is Rosa Porto. She is a true Cuban, born and raised in Cuba.
You know her?
No, I don't know her, but I did some homework on her. She was raised in the kitchen, essentially baking,
As a child?
As a child, yes. Wait, there's something wrong there. And then, as you know, in the '60s, Cuba fell to communism. In order to make ends meet, she lost her job and stuff, and she baked.
She lost her job to make ends meet?
Well, no, she lost her job, and in order to make ends meet,
Aha.
they sold cakes illegally.
You couldn't sell cakes?
You couldn't sell cakes.
Why?
Because you had it was like your own business, and all the money goes to the Communist Party. And so to make some cash, she basically made cakes in her kitchen and sold them to people around her. And they were so good, the cakes got so popular. It's like everybody knew them.
It seems like a tough line to walk when you're
yeah.
cooking cakes on the black market
Yeah.
and there's a line coming out your door.
It is a little.
What's everyone here for?
I don't know. But anyway, she finally got to leave Cuba. Luckily, she came over to the States, to L.A., And the people that actually came from Cuba as well knew about her cakes, and she started PORTO'S over on Sunset. And it's grown from there, and now they have 4 locations. One's in Glendale, Downey, and Buena Park, and of course here in Burbank. And man, we are lucky to have this right around the corner.
Place was ranked #1 place to eat in Yelp in
Number
2016.
1. Wow, no kidding.
Yeah.
It definitely has earned that, because if you come here, you can tell that they really have pastry chefs back there. Even though the recipes that they use for the cakes and stuff is still Rosa's recipes, that's all still hers, but they've obviously expanded from there, and the pastry chefs bring that love that Rosa brought into it and just gone haywire from there. And it's amazing when you look at the line of pastries. It's incredible. And
There's a line out the door every day.
And a line of pastries every day. And it's Cuban pastries, and then it goes into Italian and all kinds of things. You can find pretty much anything you desire in there. And 99 times out of 100, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and you kind of have your staples at PORTO'S too. There's like the if you're going to a party, you might pick up some potato balls, or if you're going savory, like the cheese pastries, or just like the sandwich tray or whatever it is, or a certain kind of cake.
Yeah, and those things that you mentioned are the Cuban standards. You got the potato ball, which is papa rellena. You've got the pastries, the guava pastries, which are basically puffed pastry with guava, and they'll put cheese in there, some cream cheese. And that's a pastel de guayaba y queso, or pastel de guayaba. They bake their own breads there, too, the Cuban breads, the Cuban crackers, and all French breads. All that is all baked there. I believe they bake 4 times a day. So even the bread that you're getting there is completely fresh. And that's what really separates PORTO'S from a lot of these places. Everything is made in the kitchen. They roast their pork for Cuban sandwiches, which is a pork and ham sandwich with pickles and a special mayonnaise and the Cuban bread. They roast their pork right there. I mean, it's all done in-house, and that's why it's so flavorful and so fresh.
The other thing that sets this place apart is that when you walk in, you need like a guide, like some kind of...
It's true.
You need like a Davy Crockett. No, so you need a guide to take you to the right line in the right place in the store. You don't necessarily... You need to come here a couple times before you kind of figure out the system, because there's not just like one giant crowd in line. Like there's a few different ones. There's a few different display cases. If you're coming to pick up a cake versus order a cake.
That's right.
Versus have a consultation about a cake versus you just want some coffee.
Yeah.
A little hint, you just want some coffee, you don't have to wait in line.
Oh, really?
You just cut right to the front.
Aha. So there's your tip of the day, Myles. I did not see. I've gone to PORTO'S for a long time, and I did not know that. I always stood in line, even if I just wanted to order coffee.
Jason.
Wow, I should hang out with you a little more often. But
once a year, buddy.
You mentioned their lines. Yes, they're long lines, but the beauty of PORTO'S is that they've got it down to a science where they move those lines fast. They go right through them. It's like a machine in there. And you also mentioned their cakes. I could talk about PORTO'S all day long.
Yeah, go for it.
Their cakes are extraordinary. The tres leches cake, which they make a beautiful.
What are
tres
the
leches.
tres leches?
The tres leches are, and I know this because my wife makes an amazing tres leche, and I'm going to put this on the record now. I think her tres leches is just a tiny bit better than PORTO'S, but man, it's neck and neck.
Points. Way to get some points.
That's right. The tres leche, which is the 3 milks, is what the 3 milks cake. When you cut into it, it's just this moist, beautiful, tasty. It's just heaven in a cake. And what it is you have the evaporated milk. That's 1 milk. The second milk is cream. The third milk, which is really the secret behind this whole thing, is the sweetened condensed milk.
Oh, so they don't use just regular milk?
No, there's no it's all the good milks. And let me tell you,
is that the max amount of milks you can have in one of these cakes?
Well,
is it like a razor on your face where you could? Let's try and take this up to 5.
It could be.
5 leches. Let's add regular milk.
Yeah, no, no. Let's not ruin
milk
it.
of the poppy.
Well, the beauty is when you cut into it, it just kind of oozes that creaminess of all those milks combined. And so it's one of their signature cakes, and it's, oh my God, good. But all their cakes are pieces of art, really. And while you get this amazing pastries, amazing lunch food, all this beautiful stuff, it's not expensive.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
I mean, it's all reasonable, and that's like, I think that's the Cuban way. You know, you go to Miami to a bakery, it's the same thing. You know, you can get really good food
Yep.
for not a lot of money, and they carry that tradition over. Thank goodness, because if not, I'd be broke.
So, Jason, do you like this place?
No, I don't like it at all.
That's why we waited so long to come here.
It's true, because I can.
Sorry to drag you
I
here,
could
buddy.
talk. No, it's all right. I'll make do. But it's something I could talk about forever and a day. But of course, Myles, we are here to really talk about their coffee, and we finally made it to the coffee section of the show.
20 minutes into it.
But
Well,
it
there's
was
a cafe. We had to hit the cafe.
yeah,
part.
we did, and let's talk about that, Myles. What did you get today?
I got the cappuccino.
Yes.
And, we also got the dulce de leche latte
Yeah.
to share.
Yeah.
That thing packs a punch, the dulce de leche latte.
Yeah.
That is a sweet drink.
It is sweet, 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 but delicious.
Yeah, if you like sweet drinks,
Yes.
you will probably like this.
I think that would be considered their signature coffee drink. Yeah.
Now, was the dulce de leche
The
one
dulce-
of the tres leches?
No, dulce de leche is not one of the tres leches. One of the
Oh.
tres leches is, again, sweetened condensed milk, evaporated milk, and cream.
And so what's the dulce de leche?
Dulce de leche
is that
is-
just regular leche?
Yeah. No,
Leche de vaca.
it's just a sweetened milk, the concoction thing that you can make. I don't know. I don't know how to make it. I couldn't tell
Okay,
you.
now you're just making
But
stuff up.
yeah.
Yeah, the cappuccino's good. They use Gavinia beans.
Yes.
And it is, it never really disappoints here with coffee. I
Never.
mean, you'd think with all the focus on the pastries, you might just kind of mail it in on the coffee
Yeah.
and just serve whatever you got. But it's really, the cappuccino is well balanced, well made. You know, the cappuccino is espresso with steamed milk and
Yeah.
foam milk on top.
That's right.
And it's really nice.
Yeah, I ordered of course, because I'm Cuban, I ordered the café con leche.
Let's not stereotype. Just kidding.
And the café con leche is simple. It's milk, hot milk with espresso in it.
Is that like a latte?
It's kind of
Or
like
a
a latte.
café au lait.
It's kind of like that, but it's a café con leche because that's what we Cubans call it.
There's coffee and milk. But it is espresso.
In this case, it usually comes with 2 shots of espresso. I had them add a little extra kick of the 3rd shot for the fun.
I gotta say, I like their espresso drinks more than I like the regular coffee drinks.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I mean, their regular coffee's not bad, but I think that their espresso drinks are a step above.
Yeah, they really are. And, I, as you know, grew up on Bustelo coffee. And so it has a very unique taste, and that's considered like the standard Cuban coffee. But this Gavinia, at least the way they do it, man, it's right up there with the flavor, and the drink itself is just wonderful. I mean, it has a perfect balance of milk and espresso. It's just exactly what you would expect from a café con leche.
Yeah.
But before we get into rating all this stuff, Myles, and again, I could talk about PORTO'S forever. Let's talk about your week. How was your week this week?
Week is good. We're in week 3 of World Cup Mania.
Yeah,
Jason.
man, I'm really sorry about Germany.
I had picked them to go, and
Yeah.
this morning they went out. It was
Yeah.
close. I'd say, there was an opportunity I had late in the game.
Yeah.
And these are the things about being an athlete at that level where you could have a goal like, Maradona had a goal back in '86 that's considered the goal of the century.
Right.
I'm sure he just replays that in his head over and over.
Oh,
and
I
over
gotta
and over
imagine.
again.
Yeah.
Right. But then there's the flip side of that, which is where you have a chance to help your team, make it through the group stage with a late goal.
Right.
And you just shank it.
Man,
And they
that's
had
tough.
one of those for Germany. And I mean, the plus side is that Mexico goes through,
Yeah.
and I think that's cool. I'm rooting for Mexico. Speaking of Maradona,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw anything yesterday.
No.
There's some high drama in the Argentina
Oh,
game,
I
too.
did see that. Yeah.
Argentina needed a late goal
Uh-huh.
to go through, and they
Right.
got it.
Yeah.
And they've been cutting to Maradona in the stands for the game, and he was just riding the roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
Everyone's jumping around, yelling around, celebrating. He jumps up and he gives double middle fingers
Oh, that's lovely.
on live TV and starts swearing in Spanish. And so, it was hilarious, unless you had to explain something to your kids.
Yeah.
But, later on for the replay,
Yeah.
when they cut to Maradona, he had like a fuzz box over both of his hands and his mouth, so he's just this.
They should have just fuzzed him out altogether.
Yeah, but they're going to be playing against France.
Uh-huh.
in the next game.
Yep.
And so the Maradona cam is going to be a fun one to watch. I've noticed, and watching Germany too, I mentioned I'm trying desperately to get your son hooked on soccer
it's not
somehow.
working, Myles. I've tried, and as a matter of fact, our neighbor friend, they get together all the time, he's been watching the World Cup with his dad, and he has even suggested to my boy, why don't you watch the World Cup? It's boring. And I even talked to him about the Germany with the picking the nose, the coach.
They've kind of laid off of that.
Yeah.
They're not showing him as much anymore.
Oh, well, see, that's
I was watching this morning. He goes in for it. He has this technique where he grabs his nose like a baseball and he puts his thumb up there.
Yeah.
And as soon as they see him start going
They
for it, they kind of cut away. Whereas before, I think they would just stay
They would
on there out
zoom
of
in.
morbid curiosity.
They would zoom in, replay it.
So I'm
slow-mo.
kind of curious, of what they're going to do with Maradona too.
All right, well-
All the fun sideline stuff is going away. So a couple more things you can try.
Yeah, what's that?
These goal celebrations tend to be their own art in soccer.
Oh, sure. Kind of like when you spike the ball in football and all that stuff. Yeah.
So, try and get your son to come up with his own goal celebration.
Oh.
Watch some material,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like be a choreographer for your own
Oh, now I have to.
for your own celebration. No, not you.
Oh, me. Oh, let him do
you
it.
should probably have one too.
Oh, okay, so-
Everyone should kind of know what they're going to do if they score a goal in the World Cup.
Okay. Do you have one? I would like to know what yours is.
Well, you pull your shirt up over your head like a airplane wing, and
Yeah.
then you fly around back and forth.
Oh, that's
doing
nice.
Circles.
I would
Yeah.
like to- we
Then
should
you go
post
and you
video of
circle
that.
the corner flag.
That's great. Well, what about your kids? Do your kids have a goal celebration? Have you taught them anything, or they picked something up?
Look, I was just trying desperately to think of what I could do for your son to save his poor soccer watching career. My kids are into it, although when we play living room soccer, they have a team celebration. This is the other option for a celebration.
Team celebration. Okay.
Where you get a partner and you do a little dance.
Uh-huh.
So they do high fives, up down, and then they turn and they jump and they hit their butts in the air together. They thought of that themselves.
That's
I did
fantastic.
not make them do that.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Somehow I find that hard to believe. So last week was a great week because we had our niece over. My son was gone for 3 weeks at Grammy's house, and in order to bring him back, my niece came with him. My niece lives in Miami, and she met up with them, and then she was the adult, even though she's only 15. She was the adult that brought him over to us, and then she stayed with us for a week. So it was lovely to have her. But, she's 15. She loves Hollywood, so we did some Hollywood things, and we did stuff. But it was a matter of what to do with the niece and the boy. But
Is she getting paid?
Huh? No
Oh.
paid. She's just there because she got a week to hang out in L.A. And it was fun to see them interact and my boy have a good time. And there were times we were run out of things to do, so we had a rock band night. Have you ever played rock band? Oh, yeah, that's right. You've played rock band.
Yeah, I played with you.
Once upon a time, we took rock band way over the top seriously. We would have parties where we'd have 15 people come over.
Drug fueled rock band parties.
I had lights and fog that interacted with the Xbox to sync that up.
Is there a career mode that you can go on there?
Yeah, there's a career mode, and people would come over and it would become like a concert because I would turn it up and
I think I
everybody
saw
got
that behind
into
the music.
Yeah. And I have, I used to be I used to play drums, and I have this drum set. I turned it, into like a real electronic drum set with electronic cymbals. I mean, it's as close to being in a rock band as you can get. So when she came over, we ran out of things to do, and let's do the rock band. So we did, and we were having a good time playing it. But I've come to realize that my son, he doesn't have a lot of rhythm. Right?
Oh.
So if you've never played rock band
Just
before,
yell at him. He'll get it.
if you've never played rock band
Give him a
before,
timeout.
you have the singer, you have a guitar player, you have the bass player, and you have the drummer. That's the main core of the setup to play the game. Well, when my boy sings and I'm playing the drums, he's almost yelling, and it's completely off beat.
Yeah.
And I have to concentrate really hard, how it's like,
So no rhythm and the singing's off?
well, it's not working.
Can you teach rhythm?
So I don't know. I don't know if you can or not, but I tried because I put them on the drum set. There's an easy mode, there's a hard mode. I play really expert mode, blah, 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 because I
Yeah,
have
I've seen you
experience.
play.
And but I put him on easy mode, which is very simple, and I showed him how to do it. And of course, even after practicing a while, it
You
boils
must
down
be
to this.
so disappointed.
There's the boy's got no rhythm. It is tough. It's tough to take as a drummer. It's hard to watch your son be completely out
Good
of
thing
whack.
you got that student of the month a few months ago. It really,
Yeah, but regardless, it was fun. He enjoyed it. She enjoyed it, and it was great to have her in town. And we already miss her. She had to go back. My niece.
so what are you gonna do about this rhythm thing? Jason?
Well, I just feel like I'm, gonna have to work on. I'm gonna have to sit him down.
there's a couple things
Yeah.
I feel like rhythm is probably something
Yeah.
like you don't want it completely rhythmless. You don't want to
No.
release a completely rhythmless
No,
child
because
into
if
the world.
he goes out to a
go to
party or
weddings
something and he has
and
to
stuff.
dance or something,
And
you
he's just
don't
gotta
want
put up
him
with
to be that
forever.
guy that everybody's pointing at, going, what is he doing? Not that it makes a difference, but still, you don't want him to be that guy.
That is one of those things you should teach your kid.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you teach your kids dancing, or have you gone through
Oh,
any?
they teach me dancing.
That's right. They have the butt dance.
They seem to be doing just fine.
Oh, well,
I
see-
mean, I can't say they have like perfect rhythm, but
Right.
I haven't played like Rock Band where they've had to play the drums,
Right.
so we haven't had like a technical test of their rhythm. But they like dancing, and they seem. Have you seen the floss, Jason?
The floss. Oh, yeah, you mean the dance, the floss.
Dance,
Yeah.
You're like double dental flossing yourself.
Yes, my boy knows all about that. He does the floss. He learned it from, or at least he heard it from friends who play the game Fortnite, which is a very popular game, and he does the floss. Do your kids do the floss?
But what does the floss have to do with Fortnite?
I don't know. They celebration dances in Fortnite. I've never seen the game.
When they murder somebody in the game.
yeah,
they
exactly.
floss?
They do the floss. They do.
Oh,
other
is there
things.
a button you can press? In
I
that
guess
game?
so. Yeah, there's different things that you can do, and people make YouTube videos about them. And he saw one, and now he does the floss constantly.
Over other people's dead video game bodies.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't play the game. He just does the floss, and
just kidding.
he was actually trying to teach me how to do the floss. That didn't work out too well. But
Well, so who's the one without rhythm then? This is coming full circle here.
no, I got
You
rhythm.
can drum.
Yeah, I can drum all day long. But
How does he floss? Is it good?
Yeah, actually, it's pretty good. Yeah.
So he does that rhythm, just not in
Not-
the way that you want him.
That's
to have
right. Yes, that's what it was.
rhythm. He's got flossing rhythm.
Yeah.
Maybe your old fuddy dance moves are just not what's going to be happening in the next however many
What
years.
do you mean, my old funny dance moves?
Well, you're saying like you don't want to be that guy who like goes out to dance.
no, I don't want him to be
And
the
now
one that
he's-
can't dance. Period.
But it sounds like he can floss.
oh well, he can floss because he's been practicing, but he's got it down now.
Oh, so maybe he'll know enough of what he needs to know then. He doesn't need you to teach him the Charleston or anything. The Foxtrot.
Thanks, Myles.
The
Thanks a lot.
cha-cha.
I'd like to see you do the floss. I'd like to see how that goes.
I don't think so.
Okay, so Myles, we're still here at my favorite, Porto's.
mothership.
The mothership, Porto's
We gotta
Bakery
get going
and
soon,
Cafe.
Jason.
Yes.
This next World Cup game's gonna start.
I know.
We can't
gotta
get
go.
stuck here.
No. And so this is the time in the show, Myles, where we rate our drinks. We use a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. Myles, you had the
The cappuccino.
cappuccino.
That's a solid 8.
Oh, an
I mean,
8.
I like it. It's like I said, I think the espresso drinks here are really good.
Yeah.
Better than the regular coffee drinks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, well balanced. It's a nice drink. It goes well with the pastries.
Yeah, and we, for those of you who are wondering, we ordered pastries while we were here. We got some pastel de guayaba y queso.
What?
Pastel de guayaba. Oh, wait, what? What are you saying?
Say what?
So basically the
I gotcha.
guava and cheese pastries. We got croissants to split while we enjoy our coffee, and they were all delicious.
We also got the dulce de leche drink too.
Ah, that's right,
Which I had a
yes.
taste of.
Yes.
And it tasted. I give it a 10 for sweetness. That's not really my cup of tea though.
No, it's
Having it be that sweet, and I'm not. It's not a ding on the drink. I just don't enjoy the
no.
sweet drinks.
You're right, and
That one was all your idea. So why don't I let you give the rating?
all right, that's fair. We shared the dulce de leche cafe, and it's not something I would regularly order, but it's one of their unique drinks that they serve here. It is way over the top sweet, but it's flavorful. If you like sweet drinks, you'll be quite happy with it. So if I were a sweet tooth, I would give that drink a good 8 because it's delicious. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And as a matter of fact, if you love sugar, I would probably give it a 10 and a half like you did because it is loaded with sugar, but it's not just sugar. You have the flavors of the coffee and the flavors of the dulce de leche. That said, I went ahead with the traditional Cuban café con leche.
Yeah.
And it's oh man, it's so good. I just love it. I'm gonna give it a 9 because it just it takes me back home. I drink it. I don't miss the unique flavors of Bustelo.
Yeah.
But it's just so smooth. It's enjoyable. It's got, you can taste the espresso. You taste that milk. It's just fantastic. And I'm never ever disappointed when I have it. Overall, this is a great place. This is the heart of Burbank for treats, for lunch, for coffee. You can't go wrong coming to PORTO'S. It really is. If you've never been here, I'm sorry. It's time to come.
It is time.
Give yourself a treat and come drive. It is absolutely worth the drive, so do that too. It's sitting in traffic, I would say. It's even worth that. So that's all we have to say about PORTO'S Bakery and Cafe in Burbank. We hope you enjoyed our long coffee podcast today. And if you did, please subscribe and share it with your friends too. And if you have any questions or even an idea for the show, let us know. Just go to coffeecafepodcast.com and you can find us there, or you can hit us up on Facebook and Instagram as Coffee Cafe Podcast or Twitter as Coffee Cafe Dads. Thanks again for listening, and remember, we're here to hunt for the best coffee around, so you don't have to. Until next week, enjoy the brew. See you, Myles.
Later, Jason.